I'd better take my 3 turns upon the terrace by myself. Forgive my rudeness in leaving you. We invalids like to think ourselves privileged people, you know.
Well, I can't rate her beauty as highly as you do, I'm afraid, Emma. But she's a pretty enough little thing, and in good hands she should turn out an admirable young woman.
Well, I am glad you think so, and those hands will not be wanting, I am quite sure.
Well, I must admit that you have improved her, Emma. You've cured her schoolgirl's giggle already. Does you credit.
Mr. Knightley, I am overwhelmed.
She will be here soon if she can extricate herself from the Highbury gossips, tiresome wretches.
It's possible that she is more tolerant of tiresome wretches than you are.
I have good reason to believe that your little friend, Harriet Smith, will soon hear something very much to her advantage.
Something serious.
Who makes you his confidant?
I have reason to believe that she will very soon receive an offer of marriage. Robert Martin is the man. Her visit to the farm this summer the cause. He's very much in love, means to marry her.
He is very obliging, but is he so sure that Harriet means to marry him?
Well, let us say he intends to make her an offer then.
He came here 2 evenings ago to consult about it. He's a tenant, you know, and a good friend. He asked whether it would be imprudent of him to settle so early, whether she was too young or whether he was beneath her. He proved he could afford to marry, and I said he could not do better.
Maybe she is delayed on far more pleasant business.
How do you know that Mr. Martin did not voice his thoughts yesterday?
Well, I do not know it absolutely. I thought she spent the whole day with you.
Come. I will tell you something in return.
Mr. Robert Martin did speak yesterday. That is to say, he wrote and was refused.
She refused him?
Yes.
Harriet Smith refused Robert Martin?
Yes.
Then she is a greater simpleton than I ever believed her.
What is the foolish girl about?
Oh, to be sure. The most incomprehensible thing in the world to a man is a woman who rejects his offer of marriage. A man always imagines a woman to be ready for anyone who asks her.
Nonsense. A man does not imagine any such thing.
Harriet Smith refuse Robert Martin. I hope you are mistaken.
I saw her answer. Nothing could be clearer.
You saw her answer? You wrote her answer? Emma, this is your doing. You persuaded her to refuse him.
And if I did, I should not feel that I'd done wrong.
Mr. Martin is a respectable young man, but I cannot admit him to be Harriet's equal.
No, indeed. He is her superior in both sense and situation. Emma, your infatuation about that girl blinds you. What are Harriet Smith's claims, either of birth, nature, or education, to any connection higher than Robert Martin? She is the natural daughter of nobody knows whom. Probably no separate provision at all. Certainly no respected relation. She is known only as a parlour boarder at a common school.
But she's not a sensible girl, and she has little or no information.
And has been taught nothing useful. She's no experience and little wit.
She's pretty, she is good-tempered, and that is all. My only scruple was on his account. I felt he could do much better, both as to fortune and as to securing a useful helpmate, but I could not reason so to a man so much in love.
The advantage of the match was entirely on her side.
I thought to myself, well, even Emma, with all her partiality for Harriet, must see that this is a good match.
Really, Mr. Knightley, I cannot help wondering at your still knowing so little of me as to say such a thing.
What? A farmer? Even with all his merit, a match for my dear friend. It would be a degradation for her to marry a person whom I could not admit as my own acquaintance.
A degradation? For illegitimacy and ignorance to marry to a respected, intelligent farmer?
Why should the child pay for the offences of others? There can scarcely be any doubt that her father was a gentleman, and a gentleman of fortune.
Her allowance is very liberal. Nothing has been grudged for her improvement.
Harriet is a gentleman's daughter. She associates with gentlemen's daughters. She is therefore superior to your Robert Martin.
Whoever her parents, they made no plans to introduce her into good society. She was left with Mrs. Goddard for an indifferent education. Her friends evidently thought this was good enough for her, and it was. And she thought so too, until you began to puff her up.
She was as happy as possible with the Martins in the summer. And Robert has no vanity. He would not have proposed if he thought that she did not favour him.
And depend upon it, he had encouragement from her.
You dismiss her beauty and good nature.
These are not trivial recommendations, Mr. Knightley. Till men do fall in love with well-informed minds instead of handsome faces. A girl with such loveliness as Harriet has a certainty of being admired and sought after wherever she goes. I am very much mistaken if your sex in general would not find these qualities the highest claims a woman could possess.
Upon my word, Emma, to hear you abusing the reason you have is almost enough to make me think so too. Better to be without sense altogether than to misapply it as you do.
Harriet is just the sort of girl every man wants. She bewitches his senses and satisfies him that he is always right. Harriet can pick and choose. Were you ever to marry, she would be just the sort of woman for you. Ha! Here she is, right at the beginning of her life. Why should she accept the first offer she receives?
I've always thought it a bad friendship for you, Emma, but now that I think of it, I think it is worse for Miss Smith.
If you teach her to expect to marry greatly, nobody within her reach will ever be good enough for her.
Vanity working on a weak mind produces every kind of mischief. Men of sense, whatever you may say, do not want silly wives.
And more prudent men would be afraid of the inconvenience and disgrace that they might be involved in when the mystery of her parentage came to be revealed.
You let her marry Robert Martin. She's respectable and happy forever. You encourage her to set her sights higher, she might end up at Mrs. Goddard's for the rest of her life.
We see so differently on this point that there can be no use canvassing it. We shall only make each other angry.
And as for my letting her marry Robert Martin, it is impossible. Harriet has refused him. She must abide by her decision. I do not pretend to have that much influence. Just a little. But really, his appearance was so much against him and his manners so bad that if she ever were disposed to favour him, she certainly doesn't now.
She knows now what a gentleman is, and no one but a gentleman has any chance with Harriet.
Oh, that is nonsense! That is arrant nonsense!
Well, I suppose it is no great loss. For Mr. Martin, that is. He will get over her soon, I hope.
Your plans for Harriet are best known only to yourself. But as you make no secret of your love of matchmaking, it is fair to suppose that plans you have. And as a friend, I shall just hint to you that if Elton is the man, then I think it will be your labour in vain.
Depend upon it, Elton won't do.
Elton is unlikely to make an imprudent match.
He knows the value of a good income. He may talk sentimentally, but he will act rationally.
He knows that he's a very handsome young man and a great favourite wherever he goes, but from his general way of talking, when there are only men present, I'm convinced that he does not mean to throw himself away.
I have heard him speak with great animation of a large family of young ladies who all have 20,000 apiece.
I'm very much obliged to you.
If I had my heart set on Mr. Elton, then your opening my eyes would have been a kind service.
I only want to keep Harriet for myself. But know that I am done with matchmaking for the present.